Hi, I'm Kendra Corman, and welcome to my overview of SEMrush and my product review of SEMrush. Today I'm going to be talking about their SEO dashboard, but as you can see over here on the left-hand side of the screen, there are a lot of features that you can use within SEMrush that can help you optimize your website for search engine results. So this is H2H consulting, so again, I'm not, usually spending a lot of time on my website, unfortunately, but I'll go ahead and show you a little bit about what it shows. It does give me some position tracking, top keywords that I'm ranking for. It does a site audit, an on-page SEO tracker, a backlink audit, and it will actually look at some of my traffic analytics just to give you an idea and some of my top page views and things like that. And then it'll also tie into Google Search Console and show that performance. Well, let's go ahead and scroll up here and start at the beginning. So position tracking. Hopefully you rank for some keywords, especially the name of your company. This is where I'm ranking for. It's 48085. I probably should have changed the zip code, but my visibility is about 14.31%. It's down a little bit right now than it was from February 5th to February 6th. And if you click on the eyes, it actually explains to you what each thing is and what it stands for. So this will allow you to monitor the rankings of your domain, subdomain, subfolder of a URL for any keyword across different devices and locations on a daily basis. You can see I've got my top three keywords, or I've got three keywords, I should say, sorry, in the top three. I've got 3 keywords in the top 10. I lost one recently, which I can go ahead and look at. In the top 20, I have 4. In the top 100, I only have 7. And I lost 2, but gained 1. So just something to keep and look and see where we're tracking. Some of the keywords I rank for my name, Kendra Corman, H2H Consulting, H2H, H2H Tips. I'm actually down 8 on H2H Tips, so I'll have to do some work on that. H2H Marketing Services, I'm 25th with no change. So you start to see a little bit about where you're at, and it gives you a baseline to make improvements. Now, the site audit is really, really important when it comes to SEO and SEO optimization. Or search engine optimization. So the site health, this was last run on Tuesday, February 2nd, but my site health is about 90%. I'd like to get it up a little bit higher than that, but it did find 2 new errors on the last time it ran the report that I have to get on. And as you can tell, I went ahead and had 0 errors for a while after I fixed them here. And now I have some warnings. Warnings are a little bit less important than errors. And then there's some nice to haves, but it's going to help me prioritize the different things that I want to fix on my website. So I'm going to start with those errors and get those fixed today for sure. It's crawled 81 pages. It'll tell me which ones they are, how many are actually in healthy, how many are broken. So that's not good that I've got a broken one. And then 55 have issues. And again, these are orange, so these are warnings. And some of the warnings are ones that I'm not necessarily going to fix. Google has been pushing what they call AMP coding on websites to help with accelerated mobile pages, basically, to help with loading on mobile. I'm not going to put that coding on my website right now, so there may be some warnings and errors that I'm not going to fix, and that's okay, and I can go ahead and pick and choose those. I can also click here to just view the full report. Now, the on-page SEO checker will actually give me a list of actions that I can take to improve the website and certain pages of it for ranking, which is pretty cool. So they've got 131 ideas here for me for 18 pages. There's 3 strategy ideas, 17 backlink ideas, semantics, content, SERP feature ideas, and technical SEO ideas. So you can see a little bit with some of the pages that I can optimize. So coming up on February 18th, I have a workshop on how to grow with Google Ads, and they actually have 6 ideas for me to improve the ranking of that page. Now, I'm probably not going to do all 6 ideas simply because it is a temporary event that's on February 18th, And if you're watching this on February 20th, it's already passed, so I don't necessarily need to optimize that page fully because it's not a permanent page. It's not evergreen content or content that would stay and not go away. Now, it'll also do a backlink audit and tell me if any of my backlinks are toxic and tells me where I'm at. So I've got 21 referring domains. I recently lost 2, so I'll have to take a look and see where they came from. But I can literally just click on this and see which 2 I lost. I have it analyzed 74 backlinks, and that's what I have to review. So you can see here are the toxic backlinks that they had there that they've decided are not good. And some of them are and some of them aren't. So just have to go through those and decide if you want to disavow any of those. Then here's the traffic analytics, and this is my Google data. So it tells you how many users have visited my site, how many new users, how many sessions they've had, how many pages per session that they visit, and their average duration. Bounce rate means that they only looked at one page and left, so it's about 70%, which is okay because if they click to register for one of my webinars or something like that, they're going to go to Zoom to actually sign up for the webinar or whatever registration site I'm using. And so therefore, if they click right to that event, then they click off, and that's a pretty big bounce. But that's the intention of what I want them to do on that page. So bounce rate isn't always bad if it's high or low. It just depends on what your goals are for what you're trying to achieve. And then keywords, it'll go ahead and give me some of my keywords here, what's new, what's improved, what's declined, what's been lost, and gives me all of that so that I can track that performance pretty well here. So you can see H to H is 8, 1900 search volume with about 70% of the traffic going to me. StreamYard and StreamYard review, you can see I'm not in the top 10 quite yet, but what you can see is that a lot of people are searching for StreamYard. Now, I'm never going to outrank StreamYard, but maybe people would be interested in my StreamYard review, like my SEMrush review here, which could potentially get me some traffic. And then again, of course, you get the backlinks overview, and then the top page views, so you can see where people are visiting. The majority of my traffic comes to my homepage, which is not surprising. And then the blog pages, so marketing tips and tricks, then about us, because I link to that often, so you can see where the traffic is coming. And you know, most of my business is referral and not on my website, so this makes sense based upon what it is that I'm usually trying to achieve. And then finally here, you can see the Google Search Console performance. So you can see how many clicks people have actually clicked on from Google, how many impressions, my average click-through rate, and my average position is about 37 right now. So pretty low. You know, Andy Crestadino once said that the best place to hide a dead body is on the 2nd page of Google results. Well, I'm on like the 4th page of Google results for a lot of the different keywords that people are searching for my average position. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just based upon what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve, and where you have the time to invest. But SEMrush is a really neat tool that gives you a lot of insight on what's going on with your pages. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with my errors. And from my dashboard, I can literally just click on this number 2. And it's going to tell me that one page returned a 404 status code. It'll actually tell me why and how to fix it if I click here. So let's click there. And you can see, so I have a link to the email training seminars that I had on my website, and it has broken links. So there was a thank you for attending our webinar, links back to this page that I actually got rid of off my page because all of the registration links are gone. So I need to fix that and remove that 404 error. So that's one page. And then one internal link is broken, and I'll bet you it's the same one. Let's take a look. Yes, it is exactly the same one. It's exactly the same page that had that issue. So one fix fixes both of my errors. And I'm going to get to work on that today for sure. But again, you can see it's very easy to go ahead and take a look at your site audit, take a look at what's going on, figuring out where you can go ahead and improve. My site health is at 90%. The top 10% of websites that are ranking on Google, are at 92%. So not too terrible. So once I get rid of this and get that taken care of, you can see I've made a huge improvement in the number of warnings. So they're down 44 over the period of time, and I only have 25. And then notices are nice to have. So those are little things that I can go ahead and use to improve. And those are down 9 right now. And again, you can see HTTPS, internal linking, and where I'm at on how many internal links I have, my site performance, the crawlability. Those are the things that give you some insight and ideas as to how your site will work. And then you can see I've got another issue that's one page has too much text within the title tags. So probably what I'll do is go back and try and shorten that title tag just a little bit so that it shows up and that my site's a little bit healthier. And once I get these fixed, I should be at about 92%. So I hope that this overview of SEMrush's site audit and SEO dashboard gives you a little bit of insight into the really neat features that you can have within SEMrush. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.